I was giggling with that. I just was thinking, I was like, my alarm's set for 5 and it's set for 6, but I usually get up with or without it. And it gets up on the weekends. Usually I'll stay in bed at the 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll just lay in there awake and cuddle. But yeah, I'm the big weirdo of the house. I mean, other people, if anybody else in my house is up this early, it's because they stayed up all night. Um, but yeah, this is it, man. I get up. I like to get up early. I got up early and I actually watched Case from Everyday Masters video where he was talking to someone who was doing a reconnection with. And it just, I wonder, I'm going to talk to more to Susan about it, Mama Bear up at the Zen Den, because a lot of what he talks about, what he does, sounds a lot like what they do up there. It's a thing with, I don't know, you call it procedure or a ritual or something like that, but it's called a soul retrieval. And I wonder if it has the same effects as a reconnection. Because it sounds the same, right? Anyway, that's my thought that I'm kicking off with. This is what I did. What I watched Case and drank coffee, and this is the caffeine talking now. And I don't need the coffee in the morning. If I drank a bottle of water, I'd probably do the same. I don't know. I like my coffee. All right, so I'm going to read you this clove essential oil. It says, inhaling the scent of the clove essential oil fills us with confidence and well-being. It grounds us solidly in our earthly realm while rousing our creativity and joy. Naturally, these qualities lend themselves to the magical intentions of courage, abundance, strength, health, happiness, personal power, and success. Diffuse essential oil while recuperating from stress, exhaustion, fatigue to help recalibrate your energy. By bolstering the heart and fortifying the will, clove makes a valuable ally during major life changes, such as moving to a new city, starting a new job or business, or rediscovering yourself after a breakup. For this purpose, diffuse the essential oil in your space or create a heart-bolstering charm by nestling a bloodstone heart in a small dish of cloves and dropping a few drops of clove essential oil onto the cloves regularly to keep the scent and magic strong. This scent also awakens and focuses the mind. Inhale it for taking a test while studying or to stimulate creative thought. Pretty cool, right? All right, and for the 10th here it says, the moon enters Leo at 8:30 tonight. The colors for today is indigo. It's in Cancer right now. And it says the armadillo grants protection and supports non-attachment. Because remember, that is one of the biggest Buddha saying is attachment is the source of all suffering. What I like to do with cloves is I got 3 crock pots, right? So I got the little bitty one, then I got a medium-sized normal one, and then I got the big giant one for roasts and stuff. But I like to take the little one that we usually use for dips, and I take orange peels, and I'll put those in there, and then you can put some cloves in that, and just set it to a simmer, and you can humidify your house with that as well. I say it works with eucalyptus and all that too. It's a great way of, especially in the winter. And everybody's noses are sore and things like that. It'll moisten everything up for everybody. My son's funny. He's already tripping out. He's like, it's going to be winter soon. It's going to get cold. I don't want to be cold. I'm like, you're worried about it already, son. It was 85 degrees today. I think we got some time. He's so cute. Oh, yeah, nothing yesterday went as planned. Nothing yesterday when it was planned. My grandparents didn't come over. Rob's mom didn't come over. And my aunt and my uncle came over yesterday evening, so that went nice. That was fun. The evening ended up working out fine. It was fun. We just ended up grilling hot dogs instead of all the big stuff we were going to do. So now everything's been moved to today with a 20-cent chance of rain. And we shall see, because if they weren't feeling good yesterday, Might not be feeling so great today, but so it might just be Rob's mom, and it's her birthday, and I painted her something, and I'm gonna have Alyssa make her a cake. Because we weren't sure if she was coming until last night. But this is my life. It's like, and I found this to be with a lot of people in my life. Like when people invite me to things, it's like if I don't show, oh, I'm such a terrible, terrible person, and everybody doesn't show. But for my life, it's like hit or miss, man, hit or miss. I believe in divine timing. When the time is right, time will be available, you'll show up. That's always how it worked for me too. I don't fight divine timing anymore. Honestly, I think that's part of the whole dark night of the soul thing is what the universe just really it makes you so depressed until you just sit still. It kind of has to. Yeah, I would say that's about right. It forces you to want to give up. It's like just. Yeah. I think that really sums up the dark night of the soul really well. It's just, you finally just want to give up, and then once you sit still and wallow for a second, then you start realizing that things do come through. Things do. That's where you have the breakthrough. You first have to have the breakdown, and then you can have the breakthrough. And then once you have the breakthrough, and you're no longer actively trying to push yourself down a path that you think you're supposed to be on, that's when the universe can finally come to you and go, I bet you really like doing this. And it'll present you with something, and you'll be like, that is what I have been looking for. As I was watching Case before, and he was talking about doing, I'm not sure what they did, because they did a online session, so it wasn't a personal reconnection, it was something else. I'm bad. I should really get better at memorizing what people are actually doing. But I don't think it matters. Like, this is kind of a point Case was trying to make, too. He was just like, he doesn't let anybody trigger his ego. He believes what he believes with so deep within himself that nothing can affect his magic. Because as far as I'm concerned, that's what he's doing. What? Magic. But what is magic but the manipulation of energy to a certain goal or purpose? And that's what he does. You know, he's a magic practitioner, and his magic is revolved around the science and geometry. He uses magic geometry. You know, I've never seen what he does, but just by the way he described building up all those charts and everything, yeah. All magic is science that people haven't figured out yet. It's things that we don't have names for. You know, and they were talking about protection and why, you know, you don't need, what do you need protection from? You know, yourself? Yes, actually. You need more protection from yourself than you do anything else in the world, because your beliefs of being able to be attacked will get you attacked. That's why I always teach people how to shield. And the best shield there is projection. What? I project so much love and so much positive energy within my aura, my bubble, my energy circle, that other energy cannot come in and affect me. Now, of course, is there loopholes to that? Yeah, the people that I'm so connected to, they have the ability of getting through on that, and I'm working on it, yes. But, and especially with like crystals and things like that, I do believe they can help boost your shields in those things and areas. So, smells, oils like the clove oil. Excuse me. The clove oil and all that. Yeah, see, sight, sense, smells, all. More senses you activate with something, that the better it goes. That's the point of the ritual. In case when he reconnects people, he gives them the strength to reach so much energy that you've got to be kidding me. That, yeah, essentially they're shielded. Your shields are up. Like Star Trek. Shields up. Boom. The little pink bubble shows up around them. I'm telling you, people are like, how do you remember all this stuff, TV, all that other stuff? I watched a lot of TV back in the day. I don't watch it so much now. But I watched a lot. And I like it because it's like this inspirational, it's a form of creation. It's downloaded information filtered through the prospects of somebody else's eyes. And for me, it's no different than, all the other great stories. And you do start to realize that all the stories are practically the same. I could have sworn there was another one that was upside down. Oh, there's not. That's why I like anything that's unpredictable. The more unpredictable a movie or story is, the more I'll be into it. And social media has presented the most unpredictable stories there are. It's like, and people are just like, I don't understand, people. I talked to my other friends online about that, and some of you are going to giggle at this one. It's like some people you can't look away anymore, and you're like, why? You're like, because I'm on season 8, episode 432. I can't, what? What's going to happen next? I don't know. This season's been pretty boring. Will we keep watching? Oh, that's how it goes. And it works just like a TV show. You follow people on social media, and then, after so many seasons, like, I trip people out because I've seen every episode of Game of Thrones except for the last episode. And I still haven't seen it. Because everybody told me it was terrible. I was like, I don't want it to ruin the rest of the show for me, so I'm not attached to it, guys. Not attached to the story. Just intrigued by the entertainment. Alright, here we go. Ace of Wands, Ace of Hearts. Are your passions where your heart lies? Can you look at yourself in the mirror? You have to be passionate about loving yourself. You have to be able to look in the mirror when it comes to loving yourself. If you want that 2 of Cups love connection, as always, it is a rite of passage, and you need to be able to move on and walk away from those things that make you not be able to look in the mirror. All right? You have somebody who makes you feel bad about yourself, points out bad things about yourself, makes it hard for you to look in the mirror, look away. 1433. Shout out to my 143. I love y'all. You deserve the 10 of Cups. Everybody does. I mean, 10 of Cups is what we're trying to get the whole energy to. We want everybody to be there. Honestly, I want the Star Trek utopia. Ridiculous. 3 of Swords. We're getting out of that third party situations, the ones where we've got somebody who makes us feel bad about ourselves and our lives, and that affects your relationships. You're working on moving past those energies and not allowing them to affect you anymore. Powers, if it hasn't happened yet and you're feeling your foundation start to shake, you do not have to be blindsided by a tower. You can successfully come out the other side of the tower. I've done videos on the tower cards before. I am personally one of those people that will kick a tower over. And some people are like, oh, you sabotaged your life. And I'm looking at them like, you didn't, you weren't standing at the top of the tower watching that storm and lightning and all the other shit come in and everything else. But this thing was coming down. I think I've gotten over this star card enough over the last few mornings. Judgment, man. We gotta let go of judgment and stop thinking that we know what everybody else deserves. I mean, this is also releasing the judgment on yourself. You know, why are you looking in the mirror and picking yourself apart? That voice in the back of your head is not you picking yourself apart. That is someone else who has picked you apart, and that is an echo chamber that you have in the back of your mind spewing that shit back up at you. And you got to figure out where it came from and break that cord. Seize your power. Sometimes what you think it's fair justice doesn't feel like fair justice. It doesn't feel like it's served. You still feel empowered, but I don't know. You think that person should have suffered more. You think it should have been this way. They never said they were sorry. You never got the justice you feel like you deserve. Well, tough titty, sometimes don't. Sometimes you don't get the justice you feel like you deserved. Stop worrying about it. That is not your karma to carry into whatever comes after this. All right? That's theirs. And just because you don't see it happening, don't mean they're not getting it. Okay? So stop stressing what you feel like other people deserve. I've got a lot of judgment coming out. Judging ourselves, judging others. We got to stop pretending that we're smarter than the universe. Ace of Pentacles. Focus on your grounding and what you're working on and what you need to be doing. Balance out those energies of work and play and get the ball rolling on some things and become the emperor of your own domain. All this stuff going on in Aries, I keep telling y'all you can either just be a pawn in the battle, running around, swinging the sword, chopping everybody to bits, or you could be the general in charge. It's really up to you. Alright, so we got parasite and atonement. So I feel like somebody's got somebody in their life that feels like they're a parasite, but you're dealing with it because you feel like you need to atone for something you did or they did for you at one point or things like that. Like I said, ailing parents, whatever. For some reason, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're like, they've done so much for me, they're kind of a parasite, but I did do some things to them, so I kind of deserve to have the parasite. And you got to figure out in your mind what's enough is enough. Because honestly, we're here to clear soul contracts. So it's about if you're in love with the parasite, or you love the parasite. You don't really want to hurt the parasite. You thought it was more of a symbiotic relationship, and now it's not. There's a mosquito in here. Speaking of parasites, they got away. Your atonement is not that you need to deal with them for forever, but your atonement is that you need to handle it the right way. You need to make sure, whatever, you don't leave them high and dry. Take your atonement that way, but you can still move towards cutting toxic connections if that is what you need to do. And if it's someone that terminally ill, sick, they can get mean and nasty in there sometimes towards the end. Everybody's going to be in a weird, different situation with these things, okay? These energies, these are collective, and they're timeless, so just let that resonate with who that resonates with. I'm not sure who's going to be seeing this later. I've been picking up some new followers. All right? Generations. Keep telling you guys, we've come here to clear generations of karma. And think back on how hard it was in human history before these times, and that kind of programming that we've picked up. Look, once upon a time, all we cared about was growing food and catching food to live. We didn't care about politics. We didn't care who the fucking king was. None of that mattered, especially the more outskirted you were. You know what? Surviving winter was it. Enjoy the warm months while they're there. Get as much protectivity done as you could. And then it was all about trying to survive through the winter. You're so much stronger, and the human body is far stronger than anybody gives it credit for, really. Kind of take some time to reflect back on the past for a little bit. I said winter is coming. Winter solstice is coming up, right after Samhain. When you're going through the dark night of the soul, you need to have a lot of compassion for yourself. Okay? You gotta forgive yourself. Whatever you feel like you need atonement for, pay it and forgive yourself. If you're going to go through this, what is the point if you never forgive yourself, okay? And understand that this person's not perfect either, okay? The parasite's not perfect either. So, but this is codependency, and this is guilt, and this is not love, relationship, for whoever this is for today. Just be mindful of that. All right? I got the power symbol here. Cleanse, purify, and protect your body. This is why I'm doing the 31-day yoga challenge right now. It's got nothing to do with being skinny or being toned or being anything else like that. It's about being strong. It's about being comfortable within my body. When I stretch more, I feel better. When I don't have to struggle to pick things up, I feel better. Being stronger makes me feel more protected. Like I can protect myself better too in situations, It's not easy, especially when you deal with physical things. It's not easy walking through life knowing that, dude, if I fall down and land on my ass the wrong way, I could be paralyzed from the waist down for the rest of my life. It's not easy walking through life like that. So doing the yoga and strengthening my core, strengthening my balance, strengthening that's all ways that I'm taking to protect my body beyond just carrying a crystal. Healing, true healing of the mind, body, and soul. Yes, when you get through the dark night of the soul, you hit a point where you suddenly want to take care of your vessel, and it's not for any superficial means. Granted, yes, being able to look in the mirror is very, very important towards being able to do self-love. But understand, there are people out there whose faces were melted off and things like that, and they have to get over looking themselves in the mirror. So you can get over a little bit of extra skin or whatever it is that you're going to accumulate while you start taking care of yourself. And I don't think it's healthy to set a certain weight goal. Don't set a certain weight goal. It should never be, I want to be this weight or this size. It should always be, I want to be healthy. And your body will naturally find its state where it's healthy at. But I don't care if 175 pounds looks fat to somebody else. What? That is the weight my body is most comfortable at. So why am I going to sit here and fight and starve myself and make myself miserable? Because every time I do that, I end up ballooning up to 200 pounds. Once you're happy with your body where you're at, you attract in that lover that just happens to so much love the exact size, weight, ratio, everything about you that you're at. I'm just saying, all the little things that you hate about yourself, they don't care. They don't care. That's not how love really works, guys. Think about all the things that you forgive in your lover, all their little imperfections and whatnot, and the lovers that you've had in the past. It's like none of that ever bothered you. So why are you going to sit there and pick yourself apart because you think it's bothering them? All right, that's all the time I have got for today, you guys. I love y'all. Please, as always, hit the like button for me. Spank my bell if you just discovered me. And, you guys have a wonderful Saturday. Blessed be all those who walk these twisted paths with me. I love you, and